Hey guys, so I gave you my cursed spoiler-free review earlier, but I am ready to just dive into spoilers. Let's just do it. I just want to talk about this series. I need to get it all out. I need to spew all of this to you guys. So, fair warning, if you have not watched the show already and you do not want spoilers, I'm going to give major spoilers, from beginning to end of Cursed Season 1, quick recap, all that sort of stuff. So spoilers. There's going to be spoilers. I can't warn you enough. There's going to be spoilers, okay? So just prepare for that. So don't get mad at me and in the comments and say, hey, you gave spoilers. Oh, by saying that, now I feel like you're all going to do that. But you know what I mean. There's spoilers. Also, I wanted to tell you guys real quick about discovercursed.com. Oh my gosh, it's so fun. I've been having a lot of fun. You can turn yourself into different characters. You get crazy things. I became the weeping monk and it was super cool. I have the picture on my Instagram, which is at Mama's Geeky, MAMASGEEKY. It's in my Instagram stories. And I challenge you guys to do your own and then tag me because I want to see them. I want to know which side you choose. Of course, I chose the villainous side. Well, how could I not? All right, so let's get into it. Let's talk about Cursed Season 1. Hey, Tessa from Mama's Geeky here. Thank you so much for stopping by my YouTube channel. All right, guys, again, warning, there are going to be spoilers. I'm going to recap, sort of, and give you the spoilers of Cursed Season 1. This is available on Netflix today. I suggest you all go binge it. It's very good. It gave me serious Game of Thrones vibes, which I was totally here for. Really loved it. From beginning to end, I was hooked, and I can't wait for more. Please have a season 2, please. Netflix, please. I need a Cursed season 2. But anyway, first thing I want to talk about real quick, just a quick mention, and I'm not going to tell you where, but Frank Miller does have a cameo. I was so excited when I saw it. If you don't know who he is, listen, Google it. I don't even want to get into it with you. First of all, he was the co-writer of Cursed, but he's amazing. If you don't know who Frank Miller is, you've got some Googling and reading to do. But he does have a cameo in this, so if you didn't see it the first time, go back around. I don't even want to tell you. You guys, you got to check it out, okay? You got to check it out. He is a red paladin, I will tell you that. So just keep an eye out for him there. All right, so now here's what happens in Cursed, right? There's Nimway, played by the beautiful, and amazingly talented Catherine Langford. She was incredible in this. I liked her in 13 Reasons Why, but man, I loved her performance in Cursed. So anyways, her name is Nimway, and she's got some powers, and she's also been cursed. So her own people aren't really big fans of her. She's been marked by a demon. So when she was a little girl, she was lured into this little cave area, and a bear came out, a demon bear, and it was going to try to eat her, and it scratched her, and it got her really bad, and she has marks. So now she's cursed, they say. She is also the Lady of the Lake. So this is basically her story. And if you don't know Arthurian, I can't even say it, legend, then just search it. I knew the gist of it. I didn't know all of it. And so after watching Cursed Season 1, I totally went and researched it all, and it made Cursed so much better for me. It made it really awesome. And I watched a couple of scenes over again after learning the legend more deeply. And a lot of it is really super cool. So there's a lot of twists and turns in this that I did not see coming. So that's what I want to talk to you guys about mostly, is the twists and turns. So Nimway's whole village is burned down, and she goes on the run, and her mother is murdered in front of her, hands her this sword, which is the sword of power, and says, bring it to Merlin. That's her dying wish. So she's like, all right. And she leaves. I think he's her brother. He's at least part of the clan. He's a little boy. His name is Squirrel. He was supposed to be hiding. She kind of looked for him, and then she had to take off. She was chased by red paladins. She totally destroys them, because this sword is super powerful, right? It's crazy, but it gets into you. And that's what it did to Merlin. It got in his head, and it messed with him. And then he lost all his power, which was crazy. He lost all his magic. So she's on the look for Merlin, and Merlin is working for King Arthur at the time. So you see both sides of it. You see him like dealing with the fact that he has no magic and he's trying to play it off that he does have magic. He's also a major drunk. And then you see Nimway trying to travel and fighting red paladins along the way to get to Merlin. She ends up with some sisters in like a convent, and there is one sister, Igraine. Now, this meant nothing to me because I didn't really know the name, and now that I know it, I'm like, I'm so dumb. So that's someone that, she was always kind of like, I thought she was a fae. I knew there was something up with her, okay? Because she was like, that's fae healing, and because they're trying to save this monk that she like totally killed. Also along the way, by the way, she's already met Arthur. She kind of liked him. He kind of liked her, but then they went their separate ways. He stole her sword. That was a whole thing, but that's not what I really want to talk about. I want to talk about these twists. So, Igraine, apparently that's Arthur and Morgana's mother. Didn't know that. Had no clue. So this didn't raise any flags to me. As some of you probably, if you know the legend, were probably like, wait a minute, that's Arthur's mom's name. What's going on here? So turns out, not only is her name not Igraine, she is Morgana, and she is Arthur's sister. So the two of them escape together. There's this one crazy girl, Sister Iris, I think is her name. Yes, Iris. And she turned them in. She got the red paladins after them. She burns the whole convent down, like literally, like with everybody inside of it, which was crazy. I think one person escaped, Morgana's like girlfriend, I guess, kind of. They kissed. I don't think they ever fully said it, but like, they were together. She does escape and she shows up. She does end up getting killed. Sorry. But so anyway, along the way now they get out. They end up seeing Arthur. They end up together with a bunch of other clans of fae. And it's really crazy because, so that's when you find out she's Morgana and she's Arthur's sister. Okay. Now Arthur's like, oh, I don't have your sword. Like, they took it, but doesn't matter. She recovers it. That's not, the major thing here that I want to talk about. So, like I said, Igraine is actually Morgana. That was nuts. That was huge. Then she ends up like having these like vision things with Merlin. Really gross, because turns out Merlin's her dad. That totally blew my mind as well. So Merlin is Nimway'S father. And the craziest, grossest part is like she has these like vision things, like magic vision things. And Merlin's there and she like sees Merlin and her mom like, create her basically, I guess. Ew, gross. And she was like, no. And she actually said it was funny. She was like, not this, please, no. And I thought that part was hilarious. Because, like, I would be like, oh, God. I would be vomiting, I think, if I had to watch that. So, anyways, no offense to my parents, but I'm cool with that. So, after that, her and Merlin decide they really do need to find each other. Because, again, this is all, like, vision stuff. So, it turns out she sees stuff about the sword. Her mother actually took the sword away from Merlin because it was corrupting him and taking away from who he was. So that was bananas. So that's why her mom wants her to return the sword to Merlin, right? So she's got to go find the sword. She ends up tracking it down and finding it, and she's in this lake, and she's fighting all these red paladins and just murdering them. And it's so gross and gory and grotesque, and I love it. Here for it. So it ends up being like the lake turns red, which is very like Lady of the Lake like. I was kind of cool with that. I thought that was awesome. Along the way, her friend Pym, who is a healer for the Fae, she thought she was dead. Turns out she's alive. Yay! So she finds her, and she was working with some raiders. Okay, there's a raider that is part of this called the Red Spear. That is her name, and turns out, by the way, boom, you find out towards the end, her name is Guinevere. That's her real name. Do you guys know who Guinevere is? It's Arthur's wife. So I was like, oh, Nimway. Nimway's in big trouble. Because Arthur and, because Arthur and Nimway do end up getting into bed together, so to speak, to say it nicely. And they enjoy each other's company very, very much. They fall in love quite a bit. Quite hard for each other, which was pretty cute, pretty cool, pretty cute. he supports her as being Queen of the Fae. She becomes Queen of the Fae, you know. The Red Paladins are searching for her. They call her, like, the Wolf Witch because she killed all these wolves. Wolf Blood Witch, I think they call her. So they're hunting for her. They're ready to kill her. All of them are. There's this guy called the Weeping Monk who's super cool. He's got, like, blood and stuff on his face down. And he's, like, really badass. Like, he's killing people all over the place. And he steals Squirrel away. Because, oh, by the way, Squirrel ended up in that camp. So, you know, but the main twist about him is at the very, very, very end. You see him. He rescues Squirrel. He turns on the Red Paladins, which was amazing. And what does he do? What does he do? He reveals his name is Lancelot. You guys, he's Lancelot, who's a major part of this as well. So that was crazy. And then he's talking to Squirrel, and Squirrel reveals his real name is Persia. You guys know who I'm talking about. I can never say his name. Percival. Whatever his name is. And he's a major part of Arthurian legend as well. So this is just really cool that all these people came together. And Gawain, the Green Monk, Anyway, I don't think it's the Green Monk. It's the Green something. But anyway, he's a part of this too. He's like in love with Nimway, and him and Arthur kind of butt heads. But listen, he gets killed. Sorry. And Arthur ends up betting the girl he likes. So, oh well. Too bad for him, I guess. But it's just, they take all these really cool things about Arthurian legend and put it into this in a totally different twist and turny way. And of course, at the very end of the season, we see that crazy Sister Iris shoot Nimway with arrows, and she falls into the lake. And actually, the first scene of Cursed, episode 1, is the same thing. And she says something about we'll start at the beginning. So clearly, now we're at the end. Looks like she's dying. Probably dead, close to dead. Merlin is ticked. He is mad. That is his daughter. He has done everything he can to protect her. And, it's too late. So he grabs the sword and he goes crazy with power and magic and this lightning. And he's like electrocuting Red Paladins all over the place. He scars Sister Iris. And then at the end, too, we do see that Sister Iris has been let into the Red Paladins. She is now there. Also, the Crazy King Arthur, real quick story. His mom, the queen, she had a baby that was stillborn. So she purchased him from someone in town. And, then he finds out she had killed anybody who would know. And then when he found out, he killed his mom because he didn't want people to, like, tattle on him. And he wants to be the king. So he's trying to be the one true king, and he's trying to get the Sword of Power. So that's where I get this Game of Thrones vibe. Not only because, first of all, it's fantasy, yes. It's set in the same sort of time, yes. I mean, they're fighting with the same sort of things, swords and horses, and it's a little gory, and there's twists and turns of who's related to who, and this person dies, and you think they're a major character, and then now, there's people vying for the throne, right? She's the Queen of the Fae, he's the king, but he's not even really the king, he just wants to be proven the king, so that sort of thing gave me a Game of Thrones vibe. It is not Game of Thrones, but it gave me the vibe, like I said, serious vibes for it. So anyway, 100% must watch. If you've watched this whole thing and you know all those spoilers, still well worth watching. So be sure to check it out on Netflix. And like I said, make sure you go to discovercursed.com and create yourself. I want you to tag me on Instagram stories. I want to see them, or on Twitter. Same name as here at Mama's Geeky over there. MAMASGEEKY. I want to see your pictures. And that's it. I'm trying not to give major the full recap because I do want you guys to watch it. It's definitely worth a watch. And if you do, come back and let me know what you think. If you've already seen it, let me know what you think in the comments. Be sure to give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, all that fun stuff. And thanks for taking the time to watch this and listen to me ramble at probably 100 miles per hour. Bye, guys.